Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and thank you if you joined us on the live stream last night. Absolutely fascinating watching Simon solving the full-size version of Fistomefel's Lighthouse. It was great that he committed to giving it a go, and I was very pleased from when he got through it. And the chat was absolutely fantastic. Not very many spoilers, so thank you very much to everybody for not advising him what to do as he went along. Not that he was reading the chat, but still it's better that way. And a great deal of appreciation for the effort and the and going live as well, which we hadn't done with Sudoku before. Now I think next time we're probably planning to go back to Baba Is You on maybe Friday and have another look at some of the levels in that, if we can get through any. It's getting harder and harder as we went through it, and also we spent so long doing the Obra Dinn now we'll have forgotten anything we did learn, so that'll make it harder. But that'll probably be the next live stream. Now do check out all the stuff we have on the links under the video. The Sudoku pad that Sven's developed, that's down there. Also, of course, all of our apps and our Patreon site, which is going very well at the moment. Thank you very much if you have joined that. We are grateful, and it helps keep the content there coming as well as this. So thank you so much. Now that's all going on there. Let's have a look at this puzzle. Time to have a look at the puzzle. This is called Thermofactor by Eclipsed. I'm going to call the name Eclipsed, even though there is a 1 in it, but that's easier to pronounce. And Eclipsed sent this to us about a month ago. There are so many good puzzles we get sent that sometimes it just takes that long or even longer to get around to them. So I'm sorry, that's the way it works. Now, the rules are these. Normal Sudoku rules apply. We have a couple of little thermos. Digits must strictly increase on a thermometer starting from the bulb. So that'll be smaller than that, will be smaller than that, and that will be the biggest on the thermometer. Now these yellow dots, they are factor dots. For any 2 digits separated by a yellow dot, one must be divisible by the other. Leaving a whole number, of course. Let's not have mathematicians writing in to say any number is divisible by any other. So those are the rules. Do give it a try on the link under the video. You will be able to judge from the length perhaps how hard it is. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. Let's get cracking. How? How do we start this? I mean, there's a very deliberate pattern going on in the yellow dots. Like this whole box, all of those vertical cells have a yellow dot between them. Same for those, same for these, and symmetrically, of course, the same for these rows. And the central box, every cell has a yellow dot. I suppose every digit has a factor. Now it's difficult for 5 and 7. They're going to have to be next to 1. But there are plenty of places where they can be. Oh no, maybe not. I don't know. Let's think about 5 and 7. Yes. Yes, I think 5 and 7 are going to be very relevant to these sweeps of cells. And that 3 is interesting. Yeah, that 3 is interesting because if we consider the column 3 and 4 sweeps of connected cells, there are 4 cells outside them, obviously. Those 4, but one of them's blocked up with a 3. And the thing about 3, knowledge bomb coming up, is it's not 5 or 7. And I think 5 and 7 are significant here. So I'm going to ask the question, where do 5 and 7 go in this column? And what goes next to them on the yellow dot if they're on a yellow dot? The only possible answer is 1. If 5 or 7 appears on a yellow dot, then 1 is beside it. But there can only be 1, 1 in these cells to accompany a 5 or 7 in these cells. So there is only 1 5 or 7 in those cells, and the other one is down here. I think, yeah, we can extend that principle to any column and pair of columns with 5 and 7 in it and 7 dots. In that, only one of the 5 and 7 can ever be in these cells, so the other one, or both, are going to have to be outside those cells. Yeah, and because this is replicated here, one of 5 or 7 can be there, one of 5 or 7 can be there, but the other has to be outside. So one of 5 and 7, in each case, at least is in these dominoes. One for column 6 and one for column 7. There must be at least 2 digits out of 5 and 7 in those. There must be at least 2 digits out of 5 and 7 in those. Now we've got one of them. The second one could be there and be a 7, or it could be there, and I don't know which. But there are 2 of 5 and 7 there. There are 2 of 5 and 7 there. The same thing goes on with the acrosses, the horizontal rows. And those 8 dominoes must contain 4 5s and 4 7s. All the 5s and 7s for row 1 and 9. That has to be right. I'm just going to recheck that thinking, because I don't even know if this is the intended start, but it's something I've thought of now, and it really has to be right. Yeah, it has to be right. I'm just going to recap it one more time. So along here, you can only have one 1 that could appear on these dots. You might have none, but that means that only one of 5 or 7 can be here. So the other one must be here in one of these 2 or both of them. And the same applies for that row. So again, there must be one or both of them. So I think this is right. All of these dominoes are actually what I should do is highlight the other cells as these are places where 5 and 7 cannot appear, because in their column and row they're going to be used up in the dominoes that I had just highlighted. So let's go green. 5 and 7 cannot be in those cells. Obviously not in that one either. And I think we're probably going to get 1 in each domino, but I'm not quite so comfortable that that's the case, that I'm going to fill it in. Obviously only one of these 2 can, because of that given 5. Oh, hang on. Obviously this can't be 5 or 7 because it... Oh, what can this be? This connects to 4 cells. So it's either 1 or 2. As soon as you get up above that, even 4 could only connect to 1, 2, or 8. So this could be 2 connecting to any 4 of 1, 4, 6, or 8, or 1 connecting to anything, but it can't be anything higher. So that's not a 5 or 7. And actually this isn't either, because it's got 2 dots that see each other connected, and they can't both be 1, so they're not 5 or 7. Yeah, I mean, that's a start. It's an odd start. Now, what next? Ah, well, 5 and 7 do go into 2 of these cells. Oh, and wherever they go, if that's a 5, the 2 cells it touches are both 1s. Ah, and we've got to have 2 of these. So we're either going to get a pattern of 1s like that, and 5 and 7 are opposite each other there, or 5 and 7 are opposite each other there, and we're going to get a pattern of 1s like that. So 1s always appear in these cells in row 3, row 7, column 3, and column 7. And they're in a pattern. Oh, and whichever pattern they're in, that's going to put 1 in the middle, isn't it? 1 there, there, and there. Where's 1 in the middle box? It's there. And even if you have them there, 1 has got to be there in the middle box. So I didn't need to work out this was 1 or 2. I just needed to work that stuff out. Oh, that's weird. That's interesting. And we know, yes, for every row, yes, whichever pattern this is, we know the only places, yeah, okay, sorry. Let's articulate this clearly. Whichever pattern this is, if we're using those cells as the ones, then in row 3, row 4, row 6, row 7, we know where the 1 is, and 5 can be opposite it. 5 and 7 can be opposite it in the accompanying row. So in this pair of rows, 5 and 7 can only appear either in these dominoes at the ends or opposite the 1, there or there. Except, of course, these can be 1s as well. So 5 and 7 can be in these cells in rows 3 and 4, 6 and 7, columns 3 and 4, 6 and 7, and no other except the end dominoes. So what does that give me? That gives me a bunch of dominoes where 5 and 7 cannot be in all of these places, which is strange. Okay, they're all green. So now the white cells, or not the orange ones actually, because they can never sit opposite 1. In fact, let's change their colour to green to show that. Now I'm left with the only places 5 and 7 can be in this grid. Wow, this is a strange, strange puzzle. Oh, and they're going to be opposite one way or the other here, aren't they, in this middle box? Because of this 1s pattern. What does that mean? I don't know. Remember, we've got a bunch of dominoes there. Where 5 and 7 can be, because at the ends of these rows and columns, they don't have to be opposite anything important. Oh, no, 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 no. I've left some cells out. 1 is in one of those places in column 4. So that can't be a 5 or 7 either, because that's not opposite one of them. That must apply here and here and here as well. Yeah. Oh, so look, in column 5 and in row 5, we've only got 2 places for 5 and 7. Okay, so those 2 are 7s because they see this given 5, which we now note the careful positioning of. Those 2 are 5s. That's not doing anything to determine these positions, which I was interested in. Oh, this now becomes a 5, and therefore this is green. It can't be 5 or 7. Does that mean this is a 5 or 7? I think it does. Yes, 1 can only have 1 of 5 or 7 opposite it from column 7 to column 6, and that'll be in one of those 2. This is a 5 or 7. It's obviously a 7 because we've got that 5. And there's a 5 in one of these 2 cells. The 7 is diagonally opposite that in the middle box and is in one of those 2. I'm reluctant. I mean, my theory is that I could green these cells because there's only going to be 1 in each domino, but I'm not certain about that. I don't feel I've proved that at all. Oh, look at this. On this thermo, we can't use 1, and these 2 cells before 5 have to be factors, or 1 a factor and 1 a multiple. 2 and 4 can go in. So we've got other digits that aren't 5s and 7s. Well, we've got that 1, I suppose. Right. Oh, yes. Where does 7 go in this column? Can't go there, must go there. This colouring was exceedingly useful. So 7 in one of those cells. 7 cannot be there because you'd go 8, 9, 10 along the thermo. We cannot put a 10. That's where we can't put a 7. Oh, do excuse me. I better get the door. 1 sec. So 7 cannot be there, well, despite me trying to put it there, so it must be here. That puts 7 in one of these places, and I don't know which. Can that be 5? Oh, 5 is in one of those two. It can be there, but that means it's in one of these two, and it can't be there on the thermo after the 7, so it's here. So that's the 5 in the middle. That's the 7 in the middle. We can get rid of those pencil marks. In fact, we can colour lots of things green, which I quite like to do to eliminate them before I get rid of all the green. That sees a 5 and a 7, so that is 7. 5's in one of those two cells. I have a feeling I should know all of the 5's and 7's now, and I don't. That can't be 5 or 7 because we know... Oh, I don't know. I said 5's in one of those two cells, and I don't think I know that, so calm down. Let's take it out again. How did I think I knew that? Maybe I didn't spot the 5 possibility there. 5's in one of these two. 7's in one of these two. Ah, it's kind of run out of facts. Oh, right. Let's do the 1's. 5 is there. Oh, this is going to be helpful. 1's are in all of those cells, and we can get rid of the pencil marked 1's in those. And I think that means this can't be 5 or 7 anymore because it can't be next to a 1. So that's green. And in fact, now we do know where everything goes. We probably did before, but I've got there now. 7 goes there. This can't be 5 because that can't be 1. So that's 5. Hit the wrong button. Those two, no pencil marks needed, and they are green. And in box 3... Oh, can't hit the right button at all. Green. And in box 3, the 5 is now here. And there we go. Let's just complete the colouring. But I think I've got 5 and 7 positioned everywhere in the grid. Perfect. So let's now remove the green colouring. There we go. It has served its purpose. Now, this is where we've got to. So 5's and 7's everywhere. A few 1's, 5 of them. Given 3, a 2 and a 4. It's a start. This is 8 or 9 on the thermo. Let's do some good lifting finally. This can't be 5, so it's 6, 4 or 3. This is 2, 3 or 4. Maybe I know more about 1's. I don't think I do. 1 can be anywhere there, 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 and there. Hopeless. Not going to use Fistamafel in this puzzle, I don't think. Right, 7, 1, 2, 4, 5. These are factors. So they're either 3, 6 or 3, 9. 8 won't work with anything else in the row. Oh, and the 3 therefore must be here with 6 or 9 here. Everything else in the row, 6, 8 or 9. Right, it's all going to be about the factorization now. We've kind of done the tricky bits with 5's and 7's. Okay, that's not a 3 now. 9's the interesting digit because 9 needs to see a 3. Yeah, where can 9 be in this column? All of these cells, 9 would need to see a 3 here, and it can't because of that 3 there, so 9 must be down here. Now, can we do that anywhere else? We haven't got that many 3's or information about them, unfortunately. So that might not be as helpful elsewhere, but I still think 9 is very much the digit to focus on. Yes, where can 9 be in these cells? It has to see 3 beside it. There's the 3, so 9 is there. So 9 here will need a 3 in one of those. 9 here will need a 3 below it, which can't be there or there or there. So 9's in one of those two cells in this. Oh no, 9 could be there. It could be dodging the whole 3 thing here completely. Right, in this row, 9 can't be here because of that. And it will need a 3 above it, so it can't be there. Also, it can't be there. So 9's in one of those cells with a 3 above it in one of those. It's not that helpful. Okay, what have we got in column 3? 2, 4, 6, and 8. And the 6 in both of these columns, where we've got 2, 4, 6, and 8 in both, the 6 is always going to be next to a 2 in the other column, because 6 is not a factor of 4 or 8 or a multiple. So 6 is always going to be next to 2, and they must form up into 2 pairs. So 4 is always going to be next to 8. That can't be a 2 by Sudoku. So that can't be a 6. But could 2 connect to 6 there? Oh, 2 always goes with 6. Then that's not a 2. 2 always goes with 6 horizontally. I'm just wondering if this 2 by 2 box has to be all the same 2 pairs. It does. Or does it? Yes, it does, because if 6 was in them, it can't be the 4 digits, 2, 4, 6, and 8, because 6 would be trying to connect to 2 different cells, and it can only connect to 2. So those are the same digits repeated, and therefore that is the same as that, and they must both be 4s now. And therefore they're connecting to 8s, and these other cells in the columns are a 2, 6 pair. That can't be 4. In fact, on the thermo, that has now become a 6. So what does that connect to? 2 or 3 here? Oh, look, 8 has made that into a 9. Cunningly hiding 9 away in a position where it doesn't matter. We've got 2, 3, and 6 to place in this row. This one obviously can't be 6, and this one can't be 2. That's just Sudoku. Oh, that's become a 6. This has become a 2, actually. Sorry, I'm just not doing the Sudoku parts of studying the grid. But now I'm finishing lots of things, in a way. 3, 6, and 8 left in this box. What's this that 4 connects to? Can't be 1, 2, 4, 7, 6, or 5, or 9. 3 or 8. It's got to be 8 for the factor. 1, 4, 5, 8, 7. We've got 2, 3, 6, and 9 left to place in the box. Now, what about this 2 by 2? Can we pull some sort of similar stunt here? I think over here it was very specific to the fact that we had 2, 4, 6, and 8 to go. Here we've got 3s and 9s and 6s. I don't think we can be quite so cavalier. 7, 9, 5. Oh, 6, 6. That's a 6. Gosh, I'm very, very poor at the ordinary spots today. Never mind. That always happens anyway. Oh, yesterday, what was that? There was a 1-0 cage in that binary octal or hex puzzle. And for some reason, just for that one cage, even though there were others that were 1-0, for that one cage, I kept thinking 1-0 meant 1-1. It was absolutely maddening. That's 4 or 9. That's going to be an interesting one. That's 2 or 9, 2, 4 or 9 there. Now this, 2, 6, 5, 1, 4, 7. So 3, 8, or 9 by Sudoku. 9 could connect to 3. 4 could connect to 8. This can't be 9. And that's not resolved. One, 2, 5, 7. What about this pair? This one by the remaining Sudoku candidates are 3, 8, and 9. If that's a 3, this is a 9. If that's an 8, 5, 2, 7, 6. This actually, by Sudoku, this is 3, 4, 8, or 9. But if that's a 3, that can be a 9. If that's an 8, that can be a 4. If that's a 9, that can be a 3. It can't be an 8. That doesn't help. Bother. This, I don't know. Is this 2 by 2 interesting? Oh, this can't be 9. So 9 does appear somewhere here in one of these 3 remaining cells with 3 in one of those, so this can't be 3. That doesn't stop this being 6. 9 would go with 3. 6 would go with 3, but 2 could go with 6 or 8. Ah. Gosh, I really thought I'd got through this puzzle, or most of it, and now it's holding me up again hard. 3 is in one of those cells. Yes, 3, 3, so that's not 3. So that's 8, and that's 4. That's a 2-9 pair at the top. So 4 is down here somewhere, and not here. And that means that's not 8. This is now a 3-9 pair. That's 1 or 4. That's 1 or 4. We know where 8 is in the row. Right, I was marking that 3. That's what got me all of that, because I was going to do all of these 4 cells. We've got 3, 8. Oh, 8 is actually there now. 9 is in one of those 2, and all of them can be 1 as far as I can see. That's 1, 3, or 9. These are from 2, 3, and 9. Now what's that doing here? Not a lot. Oh, come on. Right. This can be 2, 3, 6, or 9. This same, no, not 2 there. 3, 6, or 9 here. Now, can this be 8? I think it can. Bother. 7, 4, 1, 5, 2. This is 3, 6, or 8. Yeah, we know surely that 9 is one of those 2, so 3 is one of these 2. Yeah, it doesn't. And the, I don't know, the other one? That can be 8 if that's 2. Then we get a 3, 6 pair here. 4 there, 8 there. Goodness, so close here. Real sting in the tail. 8, 7, 1, 5. I don't know, there's some pair that I'm just not focusing on enough, and it's giving everything away. Now, one of these is a 3 in the row, so that's not a 3. I could have told that from there. Didn't help. 2 and 9 are definitely in these cells. So, do we have a 3 here? I don't know. This one, 2, 3, or 4. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Sorry, you're probably shouting something helpful at me, and I just can't hear it. Those, they're not resolved. Those are definitely not resolved. 4 is somewhere up there. Maybe this pair. 2, 9, 5, 1. This one also can't be 8 or 7, so that's 3, 4, or 6. If it's 6, 3, 3, 6, or 8, 4, they're all possible. 8, 7, 1, 5. I don't know what to do next. What am I missing here? Come on, I just need to think of something useful to do. 2, 9, one of those is 3. I've done that thinking already. There's a 3 there. That's not helpful. 5, 8, 1. 1's stopped being helpful a long time ago. I still probably haven't got any more than those first 5 1s that I got. They really did become the most useless digit in this puzzle. Right, it's all going on round here, isn't it? Okay, if that was a 9, we'd get 3s in both of those cells. This could be 9 or 6. That doesn't do anything. If that was a 2, then these would both have to be 6s, so that could be a 3. I don't know, I cannot see this. I cannot see what's going on. Do 3s have to be locked into here? No, there can't be 2 3s in there because there's 1 in those cells. Can there be only 1 3 in here? Either there's a 3 there and a 3 there and no 3s in here, or there's a 3 there and 1 3 in here. How can there be 1 3? If there was a 3 there, you could have 6s there and a 2 there. That's how. Same from here. Oh! Okay, this can't be a 3. How about that? This can't be a 3. Because you couldn't put 6s there and a 2 there. You can't, and you can't have a second 3. So that's not a 3. That means this isn't a 9 because it can't be next to a 3. Okay, we've got something going. That's now a 3, 6, 8 triple, and this is 9. Good grief. So that's 3. Now I still don't know what these are. If that's 3, oh, this can't be 8 anymore because it's next to 3 or 6. So that's a 3, 6 pair. So this is 8. Now, 3, 6 pair could be next to, well, this can't include a 9 because that can't be next to 2 or 6. So that's a 3, 6 pair and a 2, 6 pair. This must have helped. That's become a 9 up there. Oops. 9 there. So we get 1 here. We get a 2, 3 pair there. This can't be 3 anymore. That must be 6 now, whichever it goes with. 3 there, 9, 2. We've got a 1 here. This box 1 is done. 3 there, and 3 can't be in those 2 cells. This has become a 4, yes. Two, 3. So 4 and 6 go in at the top. None of these can be 6. Oh look, thanks to that 6, this is 2, and that sorts out this tricky little 2 by 2. Goodness gracious. 8 must go with a 4, yes. 6 down here, yes. That's resolved 4 and 2. What a clever puzzle. That really is interesting. 9 there always goes with 3. We learned that a long time ago. 9, 3, 2. I hope I haven't made a mistake. And this should be correct. There we go. What an extraordinary puzzle. That really is fascinating. Just those factor dots and a couple of little thermos. Really interesting. Thank you very much to Eclipse for sending that. Hope you had a go at that. I mean, that's not easy, definitely. But it's very interesting. And this is what Sudoku does for us so often. Absolutely fascinating. Thank you so much, and hope to see you again soon on the channel. Bye for now.